Hey guys, Triple T here on a terrific Tuesday mid-morning. So I was thinking about a really inspirational quote and kind of a theme phrase from a man I greatly respect and follow named Jason Breshears. He talks about breaking free and breaking pattern. To really change your life and bring about new circumstances, you can't just pray about it. You can't just talk about it. You can't just want it. You have to be it. And you have to break pattern. So what does that really mean to break pattern? You know, if I always do the same routine, if I stick with all the same beliefs, you know, and perhaps I even complain about the same things, well, I'm stuck in a pattern, right? So I need to take a new course of action. You know, if I'm always doing the same type of workout, the same time, the same places, maybe it's time to shake that up. You can hear the birds chirping. You know, I just broke pattern this morning. I had originally planned to get up and run this morning. It was raining. I slept in a extra long 6 hours. It's long for me here, certainly recently for sure. And anyway, I went to a morning meeting, and when I got done, I was like, you know what? It's in the 68, 70-ish region right now, and it might not be that cool for quite a while. So I'm going to go ahead and break pattern and get me in a run, and started feeling good and getting in the flow, and that turned into 9 miles, which is the longest I've run all year. And you know, in that pattern break, I was able to really soak in a teacher speaking on prosperity consciousness, and you know, he talks about to really be prosperous, I have to break out of reactive consciousness. Here's 2 great big old dogs coming up the trail in front of us. So I'm gonna break pattern and get off the trail here and give Louie some room. Good morning. There goes Louie. There's Louie, my dog, trying to break free. Thankfully he has not. Where was I? Yes. So I need to be about creative consciousness versus reactive consciousness. So what is creative consciousness? Creative consciousness says that I will choose to be source, to create from within. I create my own state of mind. I create my own gratitude. You know, I create the emotions that I decide to have. When I am grateful, then I am focusing on the abundance in my life. I'm focused on what's working right. And I stop waiting and stop reacting, hoping that life will give me something that will make me feel better or make my situation get better. So in other words, reacting to what's outside of me versus creating what I decide to have, what I decide to be, what I decide to do. And through that creative consciousness, I'm able to also realize that we are all timeless, immortal beings. Even, you know, some godless or religionless, scientists per se, Einstein, many others, have proven that matter can neither be created nor destroyed, because we are all energy. So before I came into this body, this avatar, you know, my consciousness was energy. And, you know, when the body dies and the soul leaves, regardless of your religious, spiritual, or other beliefs, you know, there's a discernible change, both in the weight of the body, and that consciousness goes on, right? And so whether you believe that goes to heaven and stays in one place, or continues to go on many multiple journeys, as you know, earlier biblical teachings taught, and many other teachings continue to teach today. So my point being that if I look at myself and my being from a timeless and eternal perspective, well, then I learn that I don't have to take everything so seriously, because this really, you know, my life as I go through it is really just a training ground. It's a training ground to what I believe is to help me learn to love despite difficult circumstances, despite, you know, challenges, setbacks, and even my body breaking down and eventually dying, just as we all do. Look at, there's a, see that goose there by the water? Let's let Louie go. Welcome him. Go get him. See if he gets him. Is he on him? Okay, we're a little sidetracked. Anyway, we're here at the lake by my house. And so, when I can learn to love and be grateful in spite of difficult circumstances, well, then I've learned to, you know, in many senses, transcend this reality, because I'm no longer in reactive consciousness. See, despite those difficult circumstances or painful setbacks to my body, my mind, my finances sometimes, my relationships, when I learn to be grateful, feel abundant and, you know, satisfied and at peace, well, then I've learned to practice creative consciousness and not reactive consciousness. You know, it says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So what are the power of my words? Are my words creative? Do my words focus on the abundance of this infinite universe that just continues to create? When two, you know, humans get together and procreate and, you know, create a new life, well, that's creating something that forms a whole new life and life path and being out where there was once nothingness per se. Anyway, to be able to create from within through decision and through my words. See, in life we don't get what we want, we get what we are. And so as I continue to be creative and live creative, my life continues to get better in every imaginable way. So these are just a few of the thoughts that are really inspiring my life today. And I hope you can break pattern and learn to create from within, to make your words, your beliefs, and your actions a force of creative positivity and abundance in your life and the lives of those you touch and those you love. Have an awesome day, friends. Out.